In my hands, I got one of the most iconic, one of the most legendary driving irons to exist, the Nike Vaporfly Pro. Is this thing really worth as much money as it's going for? We're gonna hit a couple of balls, we're gonna compare it to my current driving iron, and we're gonna see, is this driving iron really worth the $600,000, $800,000 that it's going for right now? Let's dive into it. So the Nike Vaporfly Pro, I mean, what is it? So back in 2015, Nike made golf clubs. Honestly, they were starting to make really good golf clubs. That Vapor line was up there with anything else coming out on the market at that time. And the Nike Vaporfly Pros are very similar to like what the P790s are, the Titleist T200s is kind of in that same realm right now. Where that set of irons are still going for a lot of money, but especially the driving irons, the 3-iron and 2-iron are going for $500, $600, $700, $800 even on eBay right now. Why are they going for so much? Well, A, scarcity, obviously. They don't make them anymore. Nike stopped making golf clubs, unfortunately, which Nike, you should really get back into making golf clubs. And B, there's a lot of pros that still use this club to this day, right now, on tour. Who are some of the names that still use this club right now? Well, you got Brooks Koepka, arguably the best golfer in the world right now, still games this club to this day. Tony Finau, another big golfer on tour, is still gaming this club. With all the new technology coming out, they are still going back to this club and they are still continuing to use this club. And I'm here to test it out if this is really worth the investment of what it's currently going for. Go on eBay right now, I'm gonna show some pictures. Here's what this club is going for right now. I'm lucky enough to have this club right now to test it out, tell you if it's really worth it. And not only that, I got a Ventus Black 10TX Velocore shaft in this, so I'm really gonna be able to test how good of a club this is and how well it games. And to make it really fair, I'm gonna test it to what I'm currently gaming. I got the TaylorMade Stealth UDI iron to test it out. That's what I'm currently gaming at this moment. And I got a Graphite Design Tour 80 Di 85X. One of the differences you will see is the shaft on this club is a little bit lighter than what I have in the Nike, but either way, they're both premium shafts. It's gonna be a fair assessment. And I want to tell you if it's really worth the investment or if it's just more of a collector piece at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit 5 shots with each club, then I'm going to hit another 5 more, and I'm going to give you a true test of what these clubs are doing. And what you'll see behind me is I do have an impact screen, but with how I am recording videos right now, I cannot record my screen and have the projector running. So you will not see anything on the projections, but I will have all the footage of what I'm shooting, and that way you'll see a fair assessment of what's going on. So we're gonna start with the Nike. I'm gonna hit 5 shots with this, hit 5 shots with the Stealth, come back and hit 5 more shots with the Nike, then end with 5 shots of the Stealth. And one thing before we go any further, the Nike Vaporfly Pro, and honestly the Vaporfly, I think those 2 irons are arguably the coolest looking irons to ever come out. I mean, this is a mean, sexy looking club. I mean, this is the coolest golf club, honestly, that I have ever seen. It's gonna take a lot for a golf club to ever beat the looks on this. I mean, looks alone, if I could have any club go into my bag, this would be it. I mean, this is an awesome looking club. Personal preference, but best looking golf club I've ever seen. Just a little reference to the Nike is a 19-degree club. The TaylorMade is a 20-degree club, so technically higher loft for the TaylorMade. When I hit my TaylorMade flush, it's about a 230 to 235 yard carry, about 240 to 245 yards total distance. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Spin rates around 3,000 to about 4,000. So kind of what I'm looking to get out of this. So let's see if this club is worth it. Also, before I go any further, this club, $600, $700. Like we had talked about, if not more, depending on what people are willing to pay for it. TaylorMade, I did get it used, but used with that shaft, I got for $200. Realistically, you could find it for about $250 right now. You're looking at about half the cost for the TaylorMade versus this. All right, shot number 1, let's go. All right, felt like I hit that pretty decent. I had some giddy up that looked like about 230 roughly. About 225, only 3,300, 12.5 launch angle, so. All right, I would say that was pretty flushed. Yeah, that looked like about 225 roughly carry, 230. Yeah, so those aren't bad numbers. Little low on the spin. Little chunky. All right, about 225 again. Spin rates, not bad at all. So with this being a Ventus Black 2, it is going to be a little bit lower spin normally than what the ADDI is. That's just a fact of the matter is. All right, that was the best struck out of all of them. That's a good one to end on. So yeah, about 225 carry is going to be about 235 roughly. Nope, yeah, about 232. So that stopped pretty quick. 4,500 spin, that's a lot. It's a lot more than I thought it would be. But on average, it looks like we were getting about 225 total distance, about 219, 218, 217 carry, kind of in there. I'll crunch the numbers, but not a bad start for the Nike. Let's jump into the TaylorMade though, see what that does. All right, shot number one with the TaylorMade. Let's see how this goes. Definitely did not hit that one the best. Yeah, and that shows. Barely carried 200 yards there. So 200 yards, 210 total. Honestly, that went farther than what I thought, which I will say that with this UDI, I feel like there's a decent amount of forgiveness with it. I mean, I hit that very poorly, almost missed it, I felt like. Two. All right. That one was hit better, much better. And yeah, so right there, 230, 240 total roughly, 3,400 spin. So right there, I didn't even feel like I hit that 100% flush. This club already has gone farther than the Nike on shot number two. It's hit a little bit chunky. So I've had one good strike and I've had two bad strikes. All right, so what I'm showing is every other hit I'm going to hit this good. Yeah, another right around 3,500, 238 total. Again, I didn't feel like I made full connection with that. I just feel like there's a lot of forgiveness with this club. Like I said, I did not make great contact with that, and it still went 227. So here's what I'll say about the TaylorMade is I felt like there was more forgiveness with it. It seemed like every other shot was good with it. I'm gonna go back to the Nike, hit 5 more, see what we can get out of it. All right, that was hit pretty good. Yeah, I just don't feel like I'm getting the distance that I'm getting out of the TaylorMade with the Nike right now. All right, that was a little pushy, but definitely felt like I made good contact with it. Yeah, that was good contact. That one was the first one that almost went as far as the TaylorMade. But that was poor contact. That was me swinging at 100%. Like I really went for that. About 225 again is what I got. So I'd say on a normal swing with this, I was getting about 225 to 230. I felt like you definitely got more punished with this Nike. Gosh, it's a cool looking club though. That is one good looking club. I mean, simple as that, but let's go back to the TaylorMade and see what that has to offer. Now it could be down to the shaft, I mean everything else, but I feel like the forgiveness is much higher with the TaylorMade. It definitely flew. That one was a bit more knuckly. Absolutely it was. That was dipped down to 2400 spin. Wouldn't necessarily want that on the course, but 230, 242 carry, and that was with me not really even going for it. So that's 8 years of technology, but let's hit 4 more. So definitely push that a little bit. So here's what I'll say with that. That ballooned up on me. Definitely lost a lot of yardage. I mean, you can see 6,000 spin with that one. That was just a poorer strike, but it still went 210 yards. I feel like there's a lot more forgiveness with the club. That could be personal preference with me, but like with a lot of shots, that was almost hoselled, I felt like. It still went 210. All right, I think that might have been the best struck ball that I've hit out of any of the shots so far. All right, so with that shot right there, that was a very well struck ball. I just got it a little bit more spinny than I wanted to, but I would be just fine with that on the course. That still went 228, 232. That would have stopped on any green. A little bit more spin than I wanted to, up to 4,500. I'd be thrilled with that shot right there. That one was hit well again. Yeah, again, that's 230 carry roughly, probably about high 230s total distance. 4,400 spin. I mean, I'm just getting a little bit more spin than what I normally would get right now. Ball flights I would have no problem with out on the course. Did not hit that one good. 220. Yeah, I'm just getting more spin right now with this. I'm just not squaring up like I normally would. All right, and last shot with the TaylorMade. That last strike was not very good, but still went 220. That one's going to definitely be a little bit lower spin. Yeah, that's still 233, 3,500 backspin. That is just fine if I was out on the golf course. So with that last one, spin was good, 3,500. My shot shaping was good. I felt like every shot was going straight. So when I compare these two clubs, looks-wise, the Nike wins hands down. Simple as that. I mean, realistically, I think the Nike is the best looking club I've ever looked at. Simple as that. Is this worth $600, $700, $800? No. No, it's not. This is a collector's item. It's got a lot more of a following because of the pros that use it. Would I say the TaylorMade completely outperformed it? No. No, I didn't. I felt like on pure shots, these two had very similar feels. I definitely felt like the TaylorMade had a little bit more forgiveness to it compared to the Nike Vapor. But overall wise, feel was very similar to one another. Forgiveness was a little bit better on TaylorMade. Overall, I felt like I had better just overall numbers with the TaylorMade. If I needed the ball to go 230 on a bad hit, I would get 215, 220. But so I would still be there with the Nike. I felt like on a bad hit, I would lose a little bit more out of it. But I mean, the Nike is a great club. I mean, it really is. That's why there's still pros that are using it. I'm not trying to knock it. But for what people are paying for it, it's just not worth it. It's as simple as that. I would not go spend the money on the Nike unless you kind of have money to throw away and you just really want this club more as a collector's piece than anything. If you're looking for a club for performance, I'd go get the TaylorMade, go get a Srixon, go get any other utility iron that's out there right now. You know, like a P790 UDI even, something like that. So it's not like 8 years of performance really made that much of a difference. But when you consider that this costs twice as much, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Go with what's available to you right now. Don't spend your money on this unless you are just that desperate for it. But let me know what you guys think. Do you want this club that bad? Is it really worth the money, or is it just more of a collector's piece at this point? Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.